She knew the instant she entered her father's room that he was not at peace. He was clearly worse than when she'd seen him that afternoon. His breathing was raspier, his skin grayer, and he was agitated. As he reached for her, his long arms trembling in the air, he wore a look of desperation on his once handsome face. She took his hand and sat on the edge of his bed. "I'm here, Dad." She guessed he had not wanted to die without her at his side and wished she'd ignored those red lights to get to the hospital sooner. He held both her hands in his weak grasp, but even with her there, the desperate look did not leave his eyes. He tried to speak, the words coming out between his gasps for air.
"Should have told," he said.
She leaned close to hear him. From that angle, she could see the stars of Aries through the hospital window. "Don't try to speak, Dad." She smoothed the tuft of white hair away from his temple.
"A woman," he said. "You need—"
Her father's face, gaunt and gray, tightened with frustration as he struggled to get the words out. "I need to what, Dad?" she asked gently.
"Look."
His lips trembled from the strain of speaking.
"Look after her," he said.
Laura drew away to study his face. Could he be delusional? "Okay," she said. "I will. Please don't try to talk anymore." He let go of her hand to reach toward the night table, his arm jerking with the motion. Laura saw the scrap of paper he was aiming for and picked it up herself. Her father had written a name on the paper, in nearly illegible scrawl that threatened to break her heart. "Sarah Tolley," Laura read. "Who is that?"
"Friend," he said. "Important. Has no family."
He swallowed with effort, his Adam's apple a sharp blade beneath the skin of his throat.
"Promise."
He wanted her to look after a woman named Sarah Tolley. "But who is she?" Laura asked. "Where is she?" His eyes were closed.
"Meadow. Wood."
Meadowwood Village? Laura pictured the attractive Victorian-style retirement home on the outskirts of Leesburg. He nodded. At least she thought he did. "Can you tell me what you want me to do for her?" she asked.
"Take care."
"Take care of her?" Laura asked. "But I don't know her, Dad. I've never even heard you talk about her before." Her father's paper-thin eyelids fluttered open, and she saw panic in his eyes.
"Promise," he
said. In a nearly spasmodic movement, he reached toward her as if trying to grasp her shoulders, but he caught his fingers in the chain of her necklace instead. She felt the chain snap, and the pendant fell into her lap. Unsettled by his panic, she caught his hands. "It's all right, Daddy," she said. "I promise. I'll take care of her."